What's up? What's up? Button up the top button. No, I'll leave it loose. I had some stuff to do this morning, so I miss y'all this morning, but we here now. And man, boy, did y'all hear that Zaddy boy? Did y'all hear Zaddy boy say what he wake up to do? That man said he wake up every day. Every day to prove Zaddy that he's worthy so he can make him some money. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but we're going to let him tell you. So I guess I wasn't crazy. Yeah, I guess I wasn't crazy. We got two of the Zaddy. We got two of the go along, get along gang acting crazy. We got Dr. Boyce tweeting out, do y'all know that the NBA floors, they make $80,000 a year, $90,000 a year for putting down the NBA floors, and they make $50,000 annually for a college grad. So why the hell you been talking so smart then? Wouldn't that make me right as well? That we need to put trades back? Huh? I ain't saying you're a dummy if you're putting down NBA floors, but these ain't the guys that's bragging about degrees and telling people you only want to talk to 90% of the people in the world. That wouldn't even be the people you want to talk to. But I'm happy that you're tweeting out stuff like that. We're going to get all you motherfuckers to watch y'all mouth. It's after 2 minutes. Yeah. It's after 2 minutes already. But there's a lot of people tweeting out a lot of things. There's a lot of people positive now on Twitter. Y'all need to get the fuck off Twitter and be positive in real life. Because boys will want to hear that shit. You get on your platform and talk about 10%, and all this other shit. All this other, you ain't smart enough if you don't understand. Now you want to tweet out, you get some trades. Why don't you just say Mama's cooking was right? We need to put trades back in these damn schools. Isn't Amazon allegedly firing a lot of people for robots? I think I saw something like that. I think maybe I'm crazy. I snapped. Maybe I think I saw that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I saw something about some robots took some jobs or taking some jobs, like, you know, things that don't get on Facebook. You ain't got to tell to do nothing. They ain't got to tell to be on time. They ain't really got no trade or no skill. They just boom, 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 boom. See, just assembly line, putting people out of work, huh? I wonder if these people knew how to build a house from the ground up. I wonder if these people knew how to do coding to make those machines. Would they ever be able to be fired? Maybe not. But shout out to my boy Carcino. He did it again. Finding information on you Zaddies. You Zaddy boys. I told you, you're easy to beat. You motherfuckers stupid. Every last one of you, when they give you stupid son bitches a camera and it's away from that script they trained y'all to read. Yeah, I don't like black people. Yeah, black people is bad. Yeah, black guy did it. Black guy was driving drunk. Yep, black guy was lower his black guy contract. Yep, black man R word. Yep. Black man domestic violence. He beat her. Yep. Oh yeah. She hit him with a skillet. She was chasing him around. No. Skip that part. Yeah. The black man hold his arm up and she fell and he beat her. Yeah, black man get his contract lowered. Yep. When y'all ain't reading from that script, you motherfuckers real dumb. You guys will speak for yourself and you say the darndest things. And it's people catching you now. You bitches stupid. I told you. Watch what this dumb son bitch say. Lord have mercy. Lord. Shout out my boy Carcino. Look at this shit already before you even say the goddamn thing. Look at this stupid son bitch. Wow. I wake up every morning with two thoughts. I'm trying to read it like a sorry son bitch. I wake up every morning with two thoughts, massa. Oh, yes. Are we sick, boss? Oh, no. That ain't one of them. Number one. boy, you are a weak man. Holy shit. I wake up and it's family first. This motherfucker say he wake up. Lord have mercy. I can't even read this shit without about to cry laugh. Let me try this shit again. Hold up. Do y'all see this shit? Let me ask the people in the chat. Do y'all wake up to make sure your job, your bosses get more money? Or do you wake up to try to figure out a way to bring some more money into your household that's going to affect your children? That's going to directly affect your children's future. Do y'all wake up like this, nigga? I mean, young man, bitch ass nigga. Oh, God, I don't wake up like this nigga here. Fuck that. This nigga crazy. But they said I'm crazy. But boy, if that's what not being crazy is, that motherfucker put me in the cuckoo line. I'm cuckoo. Cause hell no, I can't think like that. I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I'm crazier than a motherfucker if that's the same way of thinking. Goddamn Zaddy, boy. Around here like you a hell of a nigga. Look at the look on your face. Look like a fucking creep. You look like you'll do anything them white boys say. The Grinch that stole Christmas. I can see you in all green with that little hat. Sorry, motherfucker. They couldn't have picked a sorry, a slave driving, hopping Bob, motherfucker. This the some bitch in that Life movie. Yes, sir, boss. Counting them rocks and shit. You a hopping Bob ass bitch ass nigga. I was like Eddie Murphy. Hey, boss, you don't want to give me that shotgun because I'd probably shoot you with it. You hopping Bob, bitch ass nigga. Look at this motherfucker. I just wake up every morning with the thoughts. Number one, how do I make my bosses more money? Yes, sir, boss. I gotta wake up and I gotta get you yours, boss, so you can take it back to your family. You know the good blonde family needs it, boss. I just gotta make sure you know it's you first, boss. Not my wife, not my mama, not my children. You first, boss. You number one. And then number two, after I make sure you get some, see if I can get some crumbs. How do I get some of it? Some of what I made you, just like a good hoe, a bottom bitch. I just want to be a bottom bitch. Oh, shit. These are your leaders. Oh, shit. This some bitch been talking for 20 motherfucking years like he a hell of a nigga. And he got kids talking like his bitch ass. And look how weak of a bitch ass beta male this son of a bitch sound like. Woo! I wonder why you women so frustrated and can't find a man. Sorry, I can't be everywhere. And the very few that's on the internet and all that, we can't be everywhere. We can't be everywhere, ladies. Y'all let these motherfucking punks like this lead your boys. Got them talking all effeminate, yelling and shit. And look how he think about the white man. Look at the way this boy think. This is how you want your boys to think. This boy here can't be amongst men.
This is Stephen A. Smith. I don't know what's wrong with you. If your name is Stephen, my goodness.
Shout out to Carcino.
And you black? I don't know what's going on, but it must be a connection. But this explains a lot. He says, I wake up every morning with these two thoughts. He posted this. One, how do I make my bosses more money? And two, how do I get some of it? And you wonder about the words and the things that he say on television. And you go, Why would you say something like that? Now you understand why.
Gotta make you happy, boss.
The two thoughts that wake up in his mind.
Gotta make you happy, boss.
Almighty Finn just said the thing right there. That is literally the most slavish it I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. He's 100% correct. Almighty Flynn has said this thing that that is the most truest statement ever made in this video.
Help me, master. Help me.
That is the most slavish it I have ever heard in my life.
These are your leaders.
That is the honest to God's truth.
Take care of me, Daddy.
My goodness.
God damn. These bitches
I cannot believe the words I just heard.
I told you. I told you. Don't be surprised. Everything I'm saying is telling the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, boy, we going through it today, ain't we? Cosby free and all this stuff is going crazy, boy.
These are your leaders. The ones that got to focus to take care of master.
Yeah.
Some leash wearing bitches. All y'all leaders, some leash wearing bitches.
I'm here to state this. Good people. First, hit the like button. Subscribe to the page, of course.
That's right. Subscribe to Carcino. And if you're new, subscribe to me if you want to.
Stephen A. Smith having that thought is common. I don't expect anything less of him.
Hey, I want to say this. I think Carcino, self-taught, It's Been Real, Gravity Takeout, Hitchbox, a couple guys. I think we got the best show on TV going on right now. They'd rather come watch YouTube and watch us expose these some bitches on TV. Because we doing a hell of a job, boy. Y'all stay on their neck.
It's a common statement. I expect him to say something as stupid as what he just said. Because it's so telling of who he is, who we've grown to know. I don't look at this guy as stability. I don't look at him as anybody that has any morals or character. This is another example of it. I don't know anybody that goes to work going, and any of you listening, I'm asking, do you go to work thinking about your boss? How can I make my boss happy today? I've never had that thought. At any job I went to,
right?
I went in there saying, man, I hope, man, they got all this out of the way and done so I can knock this out. I'm taking my ass home.
Right. That for real.
Man, it's payday today. Good, man. Hope we don't got to work Saturday this week.
Yeah,
I ain't thinking nothing about the boss. I'm thinking, do my job,
get the fuck
get
on.
paid,
yeah,
go home.
Right.
My boss has never been my concern. His happiness has never been in my damn concern. I don't care if what was going on with the boss. Long at the end of the day, the only time I'm gonna care about the boss if the boss don't have my money.
Damn right. Goddamn right.
Then me and boss gonna have another talk.
Fucking right. Shit. Fuck, I care about the nigga who paying me. Motherfucker, you got more than me.
But this is explaining a lot about Stephen A. Smith.
And why he was at them colleges.
And now you see how his whole life is played out because he's too blind to see it.
Mm-hmm. And while he was at them high school.
I wake up every morning with two thoughts. How do I make my bosses more money? And number two, how do I get some of it? And when I put it like that, there isn't anybody that's not going to be receptive to what I want to say, because they recognize that my number one mission is to make sure they're successful. And when you have that kind of mentality, it opens the floodgates, because it makes an inordinate amount of people receptive to what you're bringing to the table, because they know that you're trying to create something that they stand to benefit from as well, not just yourself. I wake up every morning.
Yeah, enormous amount of white people, and that's who you work for, white Zaddy. So you speak your truth, girl. I told y'all this motherfucking little weasel rat face looking son bitch had no talent. He had no talent. That's the little motherfucking snitch that'll do anything to get through the door. Couldn't make the basketball team, so he got the coach fired. Told him the coach, look, there's something wrong. Coach, I don't know, but I think I can write something. That's the type of nigga he is. He has no talent. He went to high schools and colleges to please white Zaddy. I believe he single-handedly got the one and done rule. He's the reason for that rule. He reached down to the black community. They had to use a black face to go speak to these high schools and these colleges. Otherwise, they would just simply answer, why was Stephen A. Smith, a guy who did not have a job, why was he going to high schools and colleges speaking about an NBA player? Has that ever been done in the history of the NBA? Was it only KwameHBrown? Why were they doing it for 10 years? Why were they doing it after this man finished playing? These are very simple questions that somebody could just simply answer without playing clips or bloopers clips of a basketball game. It's a very good question to ask. Why were you at those colleges? A person who wasn't trained or anything in any field that I know of to go public speak about another person didn't even invite me in a room. Why were you at those high schools? See, y'all think I'm just be joking and playing. It's more than just KwameHBrown. That boy is helping white Zaddy from day one. This boy got the number one, that one and done rule. He's the reason for this rule, in my opinion. He's the reason why there's not 20 high school players around the country going in the top 20 in the draft or the top 30 in the draft. He's the reason why. But I guarantee you, if these top black athletes start going all to HBCUs, they'll get rid of that one and done rule. Somehow it'll be a rule that's just, we don't really need it. And y'all just come on to the G League then first, because they got to keep their hand in their pocket, in your pocket first. These kids got to go to college. They got to sign over their likeness. These colleges make millions of dollars even after they become pros. And when they win championships, and when these guys pass away, the college jerseys go up. I broke the internet, and the first thing people said is, where's KwameHBrown jersey at? I don't make any revenue off any jersey sale. This is about money. This is a game. And they're using your black sons, and they're using this media to take food out of these guys' mouths. If not, why can't any NBA player or any college player get a percentage of their own likeness? They can't even get paid off of themselves because some stupid motherfucker came up with something saying, oh, well, we're giving you an opportunity for education. Well, we ain't just giving you an opportunity. When a motherfucking McDonald's All-American step onto a college campus, they make millions of dollars, and that's better than an opportunity. And we'd rather have a fucking bird in the hand than a motherfucking opportunity. So how about we renegotiate what you keep saying about this college shit, since we know it's making so much money, since you want to force kids to go to college with your bullshit lies? Why don't you start giving these kids a percentage of their likeness, so that every jersey sale that this kid, if you have a great player that doesn't pan out to be an NBA player, but his jersey is selling and making you money year after year, that guy should be able to get residual income year after year. He's the one shooting in the gym, man. See, when y'all want to talk about breaking down systematic racism, you got to stop letting all the white folks write the playbook. Oh, it's an opportunity for a black player. Most of them don't even graduate, but it's an opportunity to come to our prestigious organization. You a goddamn lie if it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for that motherfucker to make you a lot of goddamn money. And they do it over and over again. And it's high time you start sharing some of it with these players. Since you want to force us to go to college and you want to put a cap on young people's greatness, because there's no study and no research that'll back up. Anybody can tell me that a player going to a college somehow has a better NBA career. Let's look up Kobe Bryant stats, the late, great Kobe Bryant, who came right out of high school, and let's compare. God rest the dead. Let's compare Kevin Garnett's stats to your college players. Let's compare. In my opinion, Kevin Durant came out of high school because 6 months on a college campus didn't teach him shit. This is a game. And it's a lot of people don't want information out, and it's a lot of people will not answer why Stephen A. Smith was at them colleges, because it'll make the people upset. And all these boys that go all these programs and make all this money for all these colleges, these kids should be getting residual income off of their jerseys. They're the ones getting the hits. They're the ones at risk of catching CTE and all these injuries, but they don't get no money until they go and make it to the NFL, where they're making somebody else some more money. And then even after these guys are done playing, you still can sell their jerseys. And they can't get none of it because you gave them an opportunity, but they're giving you money. That's unfair as fuck. We need a union that governs over this NCAA bullshit, because they've been getting away with highway robbery long enough. That's how you'll be able to give your mama some of that mama's cooking. When your college athletes sign a scholarship, they should be signing some of their likeness to the college, not all of it. Still think I'm crazy?
Dummy. Let me tell you something, Stephen A. Smith. They say I gotta get this guy on my team because he's gonna work and break his back for me to be rich. Of course they want you in there for that. You gonna make me a lot of money. I make sure bosses is straight, and then bosses gives me my rewards for making sure bosses is okay. I gotta make sure bosses is okay. Are we sick, Master? Are we sick, Master? How Master feeling today? You think the boss care about you? No, he cares about the money you make him. He don't care about how you feel, Stephen. So why do you care about how the bosses feel? Why are you pushing that out to America?
I can answer that because he has no damn talent. He's a talentless bitch that got to do what Zaddy say. But they need to make this NCAA pay up, and I'm talking about back pay. All the Warren Sapp jerseys and all these great players of old school that may not have a job right now, that may not have a broadcasting job, they need to be getting paid off of their likeness and their jerseys and the things they sacrifice as well. So if they're going to do it now, some people saying in the chat they're doing it now, well, they need to go backwards and get these old school players some payments coming in too.
Your family should be first.
Sure should.
So in your thoughts, making sure your bosses is happy with you. What happens if your bosses fire you, Steve, or they want to go with somebody else?
He gonna find another white Zaddy. You see what I did for him? I got you, boss.
How do I get some of it? How about You be a boss, Stephen.
I can't do it by myself.
Worry about getting some of it.
I can't do it by myself.
You're getting all of it.
I can't do it by myself.
Or the majority of it.
Stop talking like that, Carcino. Stop talking like that.
Who's getting what?
Hey, Carcino, stop talking like that. Stop talking like that, Carcino. I'm Stephen A. And I don't feel good enough to do this on my own. You know that I'm gonna get emotional now. Don't you tell me I can do it on my own. Hey, boss, we got one that's a free thinker. Yeah, boss. I acted like I was cool with him. He a free thinker, boss. Come get him. Yeah, set him up with something. Yeah, and then I'll report about him. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I can't do it on my own. That's the Stephen A type of nigga. You can't do it on your own, Stephen? Oh, you need a leader. You need a white Zaddy. Just like Zaddy, come on. Carcino, please tell me you go bust out with the song. Just like Zaddy, come on. Boy, I told you I was right. You bitch is stupid. Let this dumb ass nigga talk. Not Carcino, this stupid motherfucker. Look at his words. Oh my goodness. Nobody, I don't think anyone in America, just think about the average construction worker, thinking about waking up, thinking about their boss when they holding the sign, even though they making good money. But that ain't the point. I'm out here holding the sign. It's hotter than a motherfucker. It might be raining like a motherfucker. You never know. But I ain't thinking about no damn boss. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat when I get a lunch break. Shit, what my son doing, what my girl doing, something like that. That's normal. Shit, I might be on Facebook holding the sign, but I ain't thinking about no damn boss. That boy here stupid.
You ever thought about that? But you can't change a worker ants mentality. But to push this on Black America, to make it seem like this is the way, that's where I have a problem.
I wake up every morning with two thoughts. Number one, how do I make my bosses more money? And number two, how do I get some of it? And when I put it like that,
you sound like a jackass.
I'm going to be receptive to what I want to say because they recognize that my number one mission is to make sure they're successful. And when you have that kind of mentality, it opens the floodgates because it makes an inordinate amount of people receptive to what you're bringing to the table because they know that you're trying to create something that they stand to benefit from as well.
Hold on, let me go back a little bit. I'm trying to find any positive thing. I'm trying to find any through line, maybe just to be able to say, well, objectively, he's saying this, but I can't really find nothing. Some of y'all smarter than me. Maybe y'all can find something. I just don't see why he said this. I don't get it.
It seems like this is the way. That's where I have a problem.
I wake up every morning with two thoughts. Number one, how do I make my bosses more money? And number two, how do I get some of it? And when I put it like that, there isn't anybody that's not going to be receptive to what I want to say because they recognize that my number one mission is to make sure they're successful. And when you have that kind of mentality, it opens the floodgates because it makes an inordinate amount of people receptive to what you're bringing to the table because they know that you're trying to create something that they stand to benefit from as well.
No, see, yeah, I can't agree with none of that shit.
The floodgates because they say we got one.
Right.
With the program.
Well, this nigga wide open.
That's why the floodgates is.
Stupid son of a bitch.
So the question you need to be asking yourself, Stephen, is who are you? Do you know people cannot answer those three words? Who are you?
A bitch ass nigga.
Who are you? Who are you? Oh, well, I work at ESPN. That's what you do. But who are you, Stephen? Who are you? Most of these people don't know who they are. They don't know how to even answer that question. Like Brett Favre. Brett Favre, I like Brett Favre as a football player. That doesn't mean I want to go to his house and hang out with Brett Favre. I like what he was able to do on the field. Off the field, he might be a complete a-hole. Doesn't mean because he was great as a football player, don't mean in real life he's that's going to be who he is as a person. We don't know who he is. So, well, at least I don't. Some people will, but I don't. Now, that was just for an example. Now, moving forward with this, Stephen A. Smith is very stupid.
I agree.
Because he doesn't realize the power he possessed. These are the same people that he talking about, how can I make my bosses happy, who didn't see enough of your worth to fire you and get you out of there. On your own show that they gave you at ESPN.
They gave you
from the network.
They gave it to you, boy.
How much boss and how can I make the bosses happy? You were making them happy then, Steve.
Boy.
And they fired you.
Boy.
Skip Bayless brought you back on the show.
Another white man.
And because of First Take,
you a boy.
You became the new Stuart Scott, right? No, you were never Stuart Scott. You got rid of journalism and started doing this foolism.
Yeah, jackassism.
You were doing. Mm-hmm. This foolery.
Mm-hmm. Going to colleges.
Going around doing dumbass stuff over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
we want to know why you're there.
And because you went down this lane of being a complete moron and playing yourself, you never made a path for yourself. Dummy. They only paid you the money you're getting now because they decided that we want to keep you from going over there with Skip Bayless.
Keep you their boy.
Because he was gone. Skip was gone. You wanted to stay home at ESPN. So what you did was go over there and make a deal. So because of the show with you and Skip, it put you in a bargaining position to where you were too valuable to let go. Because it makes ESPN look bad if you go over to Fox. That's the only reason you're there. Once they don't need you no more, you're gone. Then where you gonna be? You had a podcast show that was doing well. You canceled all your podcast show, got rid of everybody when you signed your deal with ESPN. You re-signed your deal with ESPN, canceled everything on the table, and went and moved your podcast to ESPN Radio because it was all part of the deal. They took your podcast, they took everything, and you working all these crazy hours. You got to fly out in the middle of the night, getting 3 hours of sleep, sleeping at an airport, drooling all over yourself, being flown out to Phoenix. Got to go in the middle of the night because they had you in Milwaukee. Now you got to go to Phoenix for the next day, and you're tired. You're on a red-eye flight, and they got you up there, and they sitting you with coffee, and you wondering why you having chest pains, heart problems. You can't even function and move right. That's why you working out with the physical therapy guy. You ain't punching in slow motion. You're out there looking bad, man. And the reason why is because you have not noticed your self-worth. Stephen A. Smith, you have a name. You built the name working for Daddy. Well, Zaddy. You've been working for Zaddy all these years, doing their bidding for money.
Zaddy boy.
Never realized that your name is big enough for you to stand out on your own. Get your own. You can start your own platform on the internet where you're getting the majority of the money. You can have the sponsors come to you right? They coming to see you put on the show. You could be in control of your destiny to where the majors want to support you, and they got to answer to you. You had the power, but you too stupid because you're a worker ant. You don't see the green pastures. You can start your own platform and then have other people come and work for you. They're really working for themselves as independent contractors, but you get paid as your company, your platform. You're the one that's controlling that ship. So it lessens what you got to do and expands more of what's really going on. It's time for dollars, Steve. You're like, well, I ain't getting 8 million. You might not get 8 million from the jump, but you're gonna make some millions.
And you ain't got to run around and half kill yourself.
More than me. But think of what you got for it. You got time. Something you didn't have before. You don't have to fly out to Phoenix. You don't got to fly out to Milwaukee. You could be sitting right in your house and say, hi, here I am, Stephen A.
KwameHBrown.
Coming to you live from my own house in my basement, where I've saved time and energy from having to jump on a red flight and fly all over the country for no reason.
You being flued out.
Now,
hey, you know what, Stephen A? It's one time you were standing next to Joe Rogan. I think I said this before, but I wish Joe Rogan would have reached up and slapped the hell out you when you got flued out to talk shit about UFC. Don't you know, dummy? Oh, it's a combat sport. They don't want to hear shit about no talking. Right after they talk and right after they have a press conference, the talking is over at some point. So when you talk around people like that, they want to slap the fuck out you. I don't know how Joe Rogan did it, but he was looking at you like, boy, I'm finna slap. And then he realized where he was at. He put the smile back on. But boy, look at here. You see, they ain't had your dumb ass back.
At the last minute, somebody gets sick or whatever, they call you in to come fill in. Here comes Stephen A. Oh, well, you know he was throwing punches back, Mike. And you see how he dipped his shoulder, right? That means he meant business. I know. And Max Kellerman is looking like, this guy's gonna talk to me about boxing?
Right.
Wow.
Right.
But that's how it be, though. Seriously. You have a lot of people out here that are just like that. Boxing fans watch fighting for years and they know nothing about the sport. That's a whole other story in another video. No, I see it a little differently. When you have a mentality that is 100% based on you being subservient to people. Notice he's trying to compare it to doing for others before yourself. This is not that. Mm-hmm. You're thinking about the boss and the people that pay you. He tried to put a spin on it, but the spin didn't work. See, you get what you said. Not the spin, because you highlighted it yourself and said, I wake up every morning with two thoughts. How do I make my bosses more money? And how do I get some of it? That is the dumbest ass backward mentality I've ever heard.
You'll never be a boss with that mindset.
Like I said, all Melody Flynn said, that's literally the slavest it I've ever heard in my life. Did I not put a heart by that? Oh my God, heart that right on it. Yeah. Massive been good to us. You know. I'm glad I got somebody that's witness who understands. Oh, I already understand. I already understand. You know that.
Shout out to Carson.
I ain't on this road alone, you know, because a lot of people, they might look at us as sellout. Sell out, shit. Selling out. One thing I'm selling is my house. Get another house. That's what I'm saying. They don't want us to be successful. Oh, yeah, I'm broke big time. Ain't got no money. I'm glad I got you.
Oh, shit.
Without you, me and you will burn. I don't know what I would do. But now I know I'm on the right path. You gotta just keep Master happy, and Master gonna give us a piece of it, right? Yeah, man, you giving us a good piece, man. You giving us a good piece, man. Yeah, we good. You see, that's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh.
Keep on talking.
Hold on.
They mad. They want to be in your position. Yeah. You know, shoot, I'm doing real good, man. Shoot, my credit score went up as soon as I married that white girl. That's what I need to do? Yeah, man, I told you to do that a long time ago, man. See, that's why he ain't made it up where I'm at, man. Look at me. Look at me, man. See, all I gotta do, man, I ain't gotta work out, get in shape, do none of that stuff, man. I just sit right here, just put this little earpiece in and just start talking, man. I don't even know what the hell I said. Just 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, man. You see, you trying to piece them parts, man.
Oh,
and that's all you trying to do. You trying to play both sides, brother. You gotta let that side go. I ain't trying to please your brother and ever. My people live in my house. Oh, okay. Well, you tell me that's what I used to do. Man, just keep it.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
Make sure you get some of that money. Oh, yeah, you paying me now. But remember before you fired me? Oh, man, that's what I'm doing. They can't do that. They ain't gonna let you go, man. So, you good. Just keep your nose clean, man. If you do what they tell you to do, you're gonna be all right. Okay, so I'll take your word for it. Now.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Go back to this.
Hold on. I need a moment to catch my breath. Oh, shit. I ain't want to pause that. That was more goodness gracious. Shout out to Carcino. Man, I damn near threw up. Whew. I hope it ain't no more of that jokey joke shit in here. Okay, I'm back. Shit.
But see, Stephen A. Smith don't represent me. He don't speak for me. But it explains him. It explains who he is. It explains his thoughts. He tells you how he can make his bosses more money. Not doing well for others. As he tried to spin it and make it sound like, oh, I'm thinking of others before I think of myself. No, you think of your bosses and how you can get a piece of the money. That's what you're thinking of. So, when you go down these roads and you keep coming up with the same answer to everything, you know, it only comes up to the same analogy. You know, it comes out to the same thing over and over.
It's only a little bit more of that one, but I'll let y'all watch the rest of it. Man, shout out to Carcino. Man, look here. That shit was funny as hell. That little imitation with that cartoon, that shit need to be on Comedy Central. Hold on. Let me just go back to that little look right there for one little second. Let me just go back here for a second. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. See, they mad. They want to be in your position. Yeah. You know, shoot, I'm doing real good, man. Shoot, my credit score went up as soon as I married that white girl. That's what I need to do? Yeah, man, I told you to do that a long time ago, man. See, that's why he ain't made it up where I'm at, man. Look at me. Look at me, man. Shoot, all I got to do, man, I ain't got to work out, get in shape, do none of that stuff, man. I just sit right here, put this little earpiece in and just start talking, man. I don't even know what the hell I said 5 minutes ago. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, man. Man, you see, you trying to please them brothers, man. You can't please no brother. And that's all you trying to do. You trying to play both sides, brother. You gotta let that side go. Man, I ain't trying to please a brother in ever. My people live in my house. Oh, okay. Well, if you tell me that's what I need to do, then maybe I need to do that. Right, man. You just keep.
Damn, Stephen A. Oh, Lord. Now, Self-Talk went live last night, and he wanted me to play his video. I watched some of it. I was in the chat. I fell asleep on it. The first part I watched was a little bit depressing, Self-Talk. You trying to make me cry or some shit? So I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to jump up real quick, and I'll be right back. But shout out to Self-Talk.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
Momma's cooking, bitch.
I remember, you tell me if you remember this. We're in Doug Collins' office. You know how I felt about Doug Collins. You know, I had to woosah so many times, so I, you know what I mean? You know, I don't knock his block off. Like it was tough. The struggle was real with Doug Collins. But but when we had a conversation before, and this was after the NBA Buzz interview, you know, where I was saying, well, it was Doug Collins that was doing everything. He was like, yeah, but who you think gave Doug Collins the order? And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right, Kwame. I was like, it's not like Doug Collins was doing it on his own. He was, you know, you just didn't see, you know, MJ doing it. You saw it happening through Doug Collins. Doug and I was like this. And, you know, I remember one time in the office, we was in Doug Collins' office. Tell me if you remember this. It was just me and you. I don't remember nobody else being there. BJ might have been somewhere in the corner somewhere. He always there. You remember BJ? Yeah, he was somewhere there. But Doug Collins, he said to me that he didn't think that I would be in the league beyond my rookie contract. I remember that. And then he said to you, and he said, and you will be the worst #1 pick that was ever picked. He said that to both of us. And I looked at you and my fist balled up like this. I was about to knock, you know, that was looking at you like, no. I was like, and so we looked at each other, and I'm like in disbelief, like, did he just say this to us? I'm looking, and you kind of looked at me like, calm down. You know what I mean? Like, calm down. You didn't even respond to what he said, right? But you looked at me like, calm down, man. I was like, you know, I'm sitting here, and we just both turned around and left. And I was like, can you believe this dude? You know what I'm saying? But I tell that story a lot of times because I tell it when I'm talking to young men, and I do the correlation that you're going to have people who, if you react to them, like say I would have reacted to him, and if I would have hit him, you know, he would have been in a coma somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The old decrepit dude. And I would have never played a basketball again.
Right. He ain't got it. I would have known where your ass. I'm shooting me from Kendrick. I'd be like, oh.
But that's amazing. But it's amazing that you had that level of maturity at 18 to understand that I don't have to worry about what this dude is saying right now. And I would always be amazed at your level of poise to where all those situations where Doug Collins was doing things like that, where MJ's doing different things. Then when Oakland came the next year, you know, doing different, you know what I mean? Trying all the different stuff, disrespectful stuff, that, you know, kicking the ball in the stands, you know, there's a whole lot more stories that we can tell too. That of MJ doing disrespectful things to you, and specifically to demean you. And me seeing Doug Collins giggling, like when you talk about the giggling, I would see Doug Collins giggling about it, and BJ giggling about it, and different people giggle, like when you talk about, you know, Brennan giggling and stuff like that, people giggling about it while it was happening, but you having the maturity to say you was like on a different level. And I'm looking at you, you know, because I'm still looking at you to see how you're going to react. And you have this poise about you where you didn't let it affect you. And I was always wanting to ask you, you know, we've had these conversations, but I want you to explain to people how you were able to have that amount of poise at that young age.
I mean, we played, you know, when MJ was there, I mean, we had Doug Collins, right? Like, we knew that MJ brought Doug Collins.
Shout out to Larry Hughes. I think he, St. Louis representative. Shout out to the Show Me State.
Was in there so he could play for Doug Collins. And Doug Collins knew that MJ brought him there so he could coach how MJ wanted him to coach. What Doug and I was like this. Right. So that was a problem, I think, with Stack and MJ. Stack respected MJ so much, but he couldn't talk through Doug because MJ brought Doug. So basically Doug was going to shut everything that Stack wanted. Stack wanted to fall on mid-post. Stack wanted to, like, he was shutting all of that down. Right. And
when I was coaching in Washington, see, Michael had hired me. He was the part owner and president GM. And he looked at me and he said, do you think I can still play? And I said, absolutely, that's why I'm here. And I said, absolutely, that's why I'm here.
And I said, absolutely, that's why I'm here.
And Michael comes over and says, I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you. And Michael comes over and says, I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you.
And Michael comes over and says, I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you.
So Stack 5 and Becky with the good hair, when I say you speaking on shit you don't know what the fuck you talking about, this kind of what I mean.
So T-Ness, like, talk to me because you coach.
I would think that they would have had like assistant coach or somebody would have said, you know, Doug could have, even he could have had assistant coach say, hey, look.
Shout out to Tyrone Nesby. I think that's Las Vegas finest. Shout out to Las Vegas.
Look out for young boy, whatever you want. Make sure we keep him comfortable. I mean, somebody had to put him under his wing. But the problem was, to be honest with you, Doug came there for one reason. That's because of Mike, and his job was to make sure Mike played and Mike did what he wanted to do.
And Michael comes over and says, I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you.
Dude, Doug was really thinking about anything else, to be honest with you. That dude's mind was just strictly on what Mike wanted, and that was it.
And I said, absolutely, that's why I'm here.
So he didn't even, I mean, I don't even think, when it came to Kwame, man, he didn't even, I don't think Kwame was in his vision. I don't think Kwame was like somebody he was even thinking about. If Mike was the one running that show, and so at the end of the day, he wanted, you know, he was doing whatever Mike wanted him to do. And I think that's the whole thing. I think Kwame just happened to be there at the wrong damn time.
In bad situation.
In that bad situation for him, man. It was not built for him to come out.
Well, that boy was sexy.
Be that guy. It was not built. It was built.
Let me take that back.
He was going to build something around Mike. That's basically what it just happened to be there at the wrong
Let me
damn
take
time.
that back.
In bad situation.
In that bad situation for him, man. It was not built.
That boy in shape, boy. That boy in shape. Look at that smooth face, boy. I'm talking about that boy in shape.
For him to come out and be that guy. It was not built. It was built to, we was going to build something around Mike. That's basically what it was.
Elton Brand.
We know Michael Jordan. We know Michael Jordan's personality. Right. Imagine that personality
slapped him in the face
going towards an 18-year-old kid.
Person who I really felt.
I like how they highlight, imagine a personality going to an 18-year-old kid. It don't got shit to do with age, motherfucker. He your boss and your teammate. Nigga, he ran everybody out of there. The fuck is you talking about? Why do y'all keep trying to see that helps sell the narrative for the one and done rule? Why did Stackhouse wanted to leave? Why did Stackhouse say he didn't like play with him? Why did Richard Hamilton, a guy who went to a great college in UConn, he got the hell on and won a championship? So why are you bringing up that I was 18? Why you not just talking about behavior? See, you can tell who really bite that cheese for real. Because the way that they talk, they take the white boy talking points. Yeah, you know, but he might have been tough on him. But, you know, being that he was 18, that's the reason why. Don't you hear what Scotty's saying? Didn't you hear what Stackhouse said? And there's many others, Horace Grant. So what the fuck are you bringing up age for? Gotta just put it in the narrative that you want, huh? You motherfuckers easy.
Bad for was Kwame. Because Kwame, when he came into the league, he was the best person in the draft. Hands down. It wasn't close. I saw it with my own two eyes. They brought in all the top big men, right? This is right at the Verizon Center. They brought them all in. He went against Tyson Chandler. He went against Eddie Curry. You know, and he destroyed all of them. Like, it wasn't even close. And, you know, coming there and having the pressure of playing next to MJ and really Doug Collins. Like, you know, I mean, Kwame won't say it now, but I can say it because I was there. Doug Collins, you know, it was almost like he had a personal vendetta against Kwame. You know, like I would text him after sometimes. I'd be like, "You all right, man?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why he's going at you so hard. Like, he wanted to almost take his confidence. But it was really, if things didn't go right, he wanted to blame somebody and not blame him. Right. And then Doug Collins happened. And this is the thing that I saw. And I talked about this before. I saw Doug Collins, it almost seemed like he had it in for Kwame and was trying to take his confidence. That's what I saw.
When M first came back, I knew it was going to be different. I suppose that we had one TV game, and they had two different TV schedules. If he came or he didn't come. If he came, we had 40-something games. Then we were on TV all the time. So I knew it was going to be totally different. You know what I'm saying? So all accounts that I got is just like yours at the time that you saw it, but Kwame killed those in those workouts. It was no question. Then they brought them back again. He did it again. So I can only imagine, I've put myself in his shoes at 17 years old and trying to live up to that #1 draft pick status or what have you, but just playing in the NBA period. At 17, none of us have been ready. None of us been ready. You know what I'm saying? I remember one instance. You'll remember when we played the Celtics up in Yonkers, Connecticut, preseason, and M opened up the restaurant, the sports bar, whatever, inside the casino, right?
Casino, right?
Yeah. So we were all, we was all invited. We went. So after it was over, we went to the casino. So I'm with Kwame.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows who he is. They were like, hey, you got to get out. You got to be 21, blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah. They kicked me out of the goddamn party. Ain't that a bitch? We just won the game. He opened up a new restaurant. So I'm like, slap hands. I'm with the team. I'm walking in. They say, get your young ass up out of here. I say, damn. So Chris Whitney did. Him and Jihadi White, we used to play cards. We used to chill. We used to hang out. So I appreciate y'all brothers for that because they did stop the party. And then they realized it was cool hanging out with a young, little, cute motherfucker. Cause boy, look at here. Boy, look at here. That's why we wasn't like Jack getting ran over and shit. You know, them two older. It was like they were taking a cute little puppy to the park. Them women would come up to them like, oh, y'all helping him? And I'd be like, yeah. Never mind, we'll say that for another time. Keep the story going.
So he and I left. We went back to the room, chill for a while, just kick it like good fellas, you know what I'm saying, like we do. But he couldn't hang with all of us and do things like that. Now, me and Jihadi, we kind of took him on in DC. We had him out there, right? But that's got to be tough, man. It's like if we didn't do those things with him, at home he had his fam. He had some fam come up. I can only imagine how tough that is.
And you got to remember, he's around his peers. You're not his peer.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not his peer. These are his peers. You're making him look little to his peers. He loses his confidence.
So, man, like you can't be around your teammates. You're used to doing that stuff. And but when he was out there playing, man, it was so much on him, man. Like I don't know if you all remember the little warm-up drill. We were gonna jump on one leg, and we're jumping, right? And we're jumping pretty high, and they would yell at Kwame, "Jump higher!"
I would remember this fucking dumbass drill. I think the coach was named Johnny Bach. Man, that motherfucker. I couldn't tell if he was just an elder, just old as hell. Old people don't give a damn what they say. So I couldn't tell if he was just old or stark racist because jump, get up there, jump, boy, jump. I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck is Jihadi be looking at him like, you need to stop that stupid shit. In the warm-ups, they want me to try to touch the backboard. I'm like, hold up, we warming up. But you young. But we warming up though. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Young don't mean these goddamn muscles don't need to warm up, jackass.
Touch the ceiling. I was like, okay. And you could see him really straining, like trying to jump higher and higher. It's like it's only so high he can jump on one leg. This is just warm up. Keep going, and then if he didn't understand something, we'd run a play. And they would tell him to do something, you could see the confusion in his mind because he just didn't know. Then they would be like, hey, come on, next. Somebody get in. Tom, get in at the floor, take a spot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just hard on him. And then, like you said, man, with MJ.
Yeah, like I remember that. Like he would say the NBA basketball terminology is different than college or high school, so it don't matter. So Doug would intentionally have guys that's already know the plays and know everything, and he'd say, come in and run a blind pig and then a reverse back pig. I'm like, the fuck is a blind pig? Oh, fuck. I mean, come on, guys. See, that's why he should have went to college. He don't know the terminology. And I'm like, but I just asked you. You just tell me. I'm only going to be a fool for a second if you just tell me the answer, jackass. Then I'll know. I'll know what you know. Then we both can work together. Ain't that what you brought me here for? Not to talk about that I didn't go to college because you knew that when you drafted me, correct? So it didn't really make any sense, but I reserved myself from hitting him because I knew what he was saying didn't make any sense, common sense to me. So, you know, I just let it slide. Eton almost ain't let it slide.
It was like we coming in to win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't read this. Yeah, MJ should have been trying to help build the team, helping the young guys develop and help order vets get deals and sponsorships outside the ball. The other players in their prime years, like Stackhouse, MJ shouldn't have been giving them the keys to the team. Instead, it was all about Mike old ass and his puppet Doug Collins tarnishing young players and punishing guys out. Damn, pushing guys out. Damn, is there one good story about MJ in Washington? Fifth.
You know, he didn't. It wasn't a lot of time to. Hey,
it wasn't grooming. It wasn't a situation.
Yeah,
it wasn't a situation for a grooming process.
Right. Exactly. Not for a 17-year-old.
When Kwame came in, tell me this. When Kwame came in, we all knew the age he was. But did he act 17, 18?
No.
He was a mature dude. Yeah. You know?
No, he didn't.
Right? And I say this, and I always say this. All right, he was the #1 draft pick. But if he wasn't, say for instance he was number 15. Mm-hmm. His career was good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, he had a decent career. Mm-hmm. You know, his career was good. Yeah. Right? So, what, 12 years in the NBA? You know, you can't last 12 years in. I know some #1 draft picks didn't last 12 years in the NBA.
So I knew I had to sit back and I talked to Wes Unseld because y'all don't know, but I was trying to get traded. I went to him trying to get traded. When they told me he was coming back, I ain't gonna even lie. I said, and Wes was like, he ain't gonna last the whole season. Don't worry about it. He ain't gonna. And I was like, Wes, I'm telling you, man. I can see right now, it's a wrap for me. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like it was just like that. I knew my minutes was going to get low. I just knew all that, man. And not trying to knock Mike because Mike just being Mike. Yeah, Mike. But everybody thought Mike was coming to really help us out.
Oh, and shout out to Eton Thomas, Jahadi White, and Chris Whitney. Yes, sir. I forgot.
But Mike had one thing in mind. That's Mike.
The win. A lot of players that was coming into their own the year before became just particular role players, more or less. And it was unwritten rule that's just how it was going to go. Mm. It was an unwritten rule, that's how it was going to go. He was a role player. And so when Kwame came into the mix, I didn't feel like there was really enough room for Kwame to do anything there. It really wasn't enough room for a lot of players. I mean, most players that was used to putting up buckets, they left. They had to go because there just wasn't enough balls. So to me, just the position alone was a tough position for Kwame to be in coming in, because it would have been a tough position for me. Right. It was a tough position for me. Once all the flair wore off, and so for Kwame, it had to be a tough position then.
Wait a minute. Did Jahadi say it was a tough position for him? And he's a grown man who went to college, who was bigger as hell, bigger than me. But they want to talk about the age. Oh, okay.
He coming in at 17.
I think Tyrone Nesby said he wanted to get traded too. And he was a grown-ass man, went to college, but they talking about age.
And what people don't really understand is how everybody said, okay, Kwame bust this. You didn't see how Kwame handled himself. Mm-hmm. Most people in that position, we saw Kwame every day. We talked to Kwame every day. He was our friend. He was our guy. Even though he was like a younger brother. And, you could tell he was going through his ups and downs, but he didn't break. Right. He never broke. He never broke. And imagine you at that age coming in that situation? Would have you know, a lot of people would have broke.
For him to persevere through that at 17, 18 years old, you know, it was, I remember hearing, you know, Doug Collins wanting Jahadi like to foul him harder, like hit him harder, like make him feel it, like, you know, being like, what are you doing? Like, why do you want Jahadi to foul him harder? You know what I'm saying?
I told you, remember I said in one of my lives that motherfucker used to make Jahadi go crazy, put the battery in his back. Damn, boy, I must be telling the truth.
Practice, you're teammates. You like what? It would always just it would bother me because I didn't understand if you. So say you have a high school person coming out, you know he's younger. It seems counterproductive to try to do that to him.
We gotta understand. I mean, they're protecting Mike. Bro.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's the whole key about all this. They protected Mike. They don't. Nobody wants to.
Boom.
Go at Mike, you know. But I can tell you just by just talking to Mike and being around Mike. I mean, again, Mike worried about Mike, bro. Mike ain't worried about me, my family, and what I got to do in my life. You know, Mike once I got done playing with Mike, Mike don't. You know what I'm saying? Mike ain't going around talking about teenagers, I can tell you that. But at the end of the day, it's like I always was wondering, like, dude, how much Mike had in getting Kwame there. I feel that Wes Unseld and maybe the owner wanted Kwame, and Mike probably wanted somebody else. Because it just to me seemed like they come at this young man so hard. Like,
you would have wanted Kwame.
Huh?
You would have wanted Kwame.
Yeah. But I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like people ain't. I don't mean to cut you off, man.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
People saying, you saw Kwame, that big old specimen, that fast. Yeah. Kwame had to. You would have wanted Kwame. You would have saw the number one pick.
Right. You know what? But you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Is that before, because I guess what get me is that, you know, from day one, I remember we was in practice here, and Mike first, I think he was screaming out for me like, you young boys stealing money. Y'all just stealing money. You know, he like going right at him right out the gate, bro. Right at the gate. So to me, I was just wondering, like, did Mike want somebody else, and they decided to go with a different kid? I mean, different player. I don't know, man, because I ain't gonna lie, the boy had it hard, man. I mean, for him to be waiting 20 years and just not saying something, I commend him for that. Because I don't think
when the trade didn't happen with Elton Brand, they played me in the preseason. If you can go back and look at the preseason, they gave me the ball damn near every play so they can highlight my first step. It was an audition so that Chicago Bulls could see allegedly how I played, and they liked it. I think I averaged around 20. I don't know. They gave me the ball damn near every play before I got an injury. And then after the Elton Brand trade didn't go through, because I guess allegedly A. Poland would now not allow the trade. So now they're stuck with a player that they never wanted. So now we're kicking balls to the 300 floor, 300 row, and go get it before we leave. And that ain't Ricky Hazen, and that ain't about basketball. But thank you, Mr. MJ.
All the people talking that had something to say.
Say it again.
So all the people that had something to say, all the media that have something to say about it.
Right.
That's like throwing a young fella in war, and then you sitting here, never been in war. You talking about the soldiers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
None of those people who had something to say never could even fathom that type of situation.
No.
Or that experience. You know what I'm saying? So, and how you an authority figure on that experience with, us four never had to have an experience like that.
Right. Yeah.
And we've been through. We was there, so I know all things we've been through. We never had an experience like that. And we were NBA players, so imagine how rare that experience was for Kwame. And then somebody who would somebody who would never be able to handle that experience, nor ever Jenny happens to be an authority figure on talking to the world about it.
Right. Right. And then why do they choose the narrative that they chose? Like that's what I'm saying. Like it was like Stephen A. Smith. I don't mind calling people out because we were there. And I've been looking. I'm like, why is Stephen A. Smith making it like his mission to everyday Christians do? You know what I mean? And it was like, was it just because he wanted to protect Mike and say it's all his fault? He's terrible. And he said, you know. But it was like, in the media. It's interesting because, you know, I never liked the media. It's crazy that I'm in it, but I never liked the media. And a lot of the reason why I never liked the media was because of how I saw them do crime. That was really a lot. That's a major point of when I really soured on the media. Like I saw them, it's one thing to critique somebody's game. They could have rebounded better. They could have ran the floor better. You know what I mean? Their defense was lacking here and here. That's different. But they started criticizing Kwame and attacking him as a man. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have it. And it was certain people, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, you know, and certain people that would always do that. And it was like it was an agenda of why they wanted to.
Yeah, also to piggyback off of that, there was a lady named Sally Jenkins. Sally Jenkins, ma'am, I think you're the devil. You didn't even know me. You had nothing to do with me, and you interviewed a guy around me that lost his job and probably needed money, so he'd tell you anything. So maybe you paid him, and you didn't spend enough time around me to come to the conclusions that you came to, man. How can I be all those things you allege in your article, but then I was signed, sealed, and delivered to the University of Florida by my sophomore year? Does that sound like a fumbling, bumbling idiot, how you made me look in your article, white lady, ma'am? Who gave you the right to write about a kid that you didn't spend 6 months with? You didn't spend 30 days with. Who gave you the right to do that? Who paid you to do that? Miss Sally Jenkins. I wonder how many black players you wrote about like that and wrote so matter-of-factly when it's your fucking opinion and make it seem like you know a young black teenager that had a worse upbringing than most white children, but earned his way to a scholarship by his sophomore year. And you tell me that ain't fucking fabulous, lady. You should write another article and apologize and write how fabulous it is to go from the free lunch line to not only a full ride scholarship, then to the #1 draft pick. You should recant that whole article. That's what you should do if you got a heart in your chest. If you're still alive, lady. Because that is ridiculous what you did. And you're the reason why I call the media the bloodsuckers. You guys don't give a shit about the truth. All you care about is the next story and making money. None of you motherfuckers would know me as a bust if they actually allowed my words to be spoken. Anytime I did go find a live interview of KwameHBrown. That's what you do. In 20 years, go find a live interview of me where they just let me talk. Every last one of them take a live interview with me, and then they take it and they go chop it and cut it. And then you'll get a sound bite of what I said and never the full picture of what I said. But I just did a live interview with Craig Hodges on his documentary. I can't wait for that one to come out. That'll be the first time you actually hear me speak fully without somebody cutting me off and editing my words. Maybe they'll edit it too, but I don't think so. Go look up the newspaper in New Brunswick, Georgia, about 2001, and look at the words I first said after getting drafted. They don't want players to think like that after they get drafted. They don't want you to think you still one of them. They want you to think it's time for you to go buy Maseratis and go buy strippers. They don't want you to think about building neighborhoods and communities for the less fortunate. They don't want you to think that.
To do that, particularly with Kwame.
Nah, he wasn't there. In the end of the day, he wasn't there.
True.
We get 4 people here acting hard every day.
Yeah, every day.
How you gonna be the main person talking about it, you ain't there.
And you're not even there. That's real talk.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a lot of people that talking it again that never dribble a ball, never got up in the morning, never went through no stress of this game, never had to learn to adapt to a culture, learn to adapt to people. And these people are the same people that go around and talk about they experts, they guru in the sports. And that's the stuff that blows me away. You know,
all that information comes from a second part.
Yeah, true.
Stephen A. proved that.
Whoever the hell that is. You know what I'm saying? My whole point is, you can't.
Jahadi, I'll answer your question. The information coming from Zaddy. Just like Zaddy, come on. Just like Zaddy. That's who the information come from. And if you go look at Self Talk, one of his videos, Stephen A. admitted that he heard that I couldn't play through a white man. So I'm right again. Shout out to Self Talk. Stay on the air.
Be the top authority figure on every topic in sports. You never there. You're not in the locker room.
or never played. But you go to
Ed can't play. Ed can't play.
That's real talk, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they could have done it. You know, and it's interesting because so many of the media have called me because they know that I was always friends with Kwame. Me and Kwame always been cool. Called me and been like, hey, you know, you should really talk to Kwame. You know what I mean? I say what?
Hey, so Dr. Boyce, I must be the real deal because they called a black man to try to get me under control. Hey, Dr. Boyce, they called a black man with dreads to try to get me to calm down, Doc. They might have to call Charles Woo on your punk ass. Yeah, you said I need a white man that they can call that's in control of me. That's what you said, Doc. You said they're a little angry. They're going to be real nervous. He's dangerous. I'm dangerous. Look how the words you use, Doc. That sound like some slave ship type of shit. That's what it sounds like. In 2021, you sounding like there's some type of white mob that got to be over black men, or they'll say that these black men are dangerous and somehow, and they need to be worried about themselves and they could be taken out or something. Is that what you're alluding to, Doc? Because I don't think it should be anybody to be able to call on anybody. I'm a grown-ass goddamn man, and I tell my children that, and they respect me as that. So why the fuck would there be any man that can tell me, hey, stop what you're doing? That might sound crazy to you, Doc, but that sounds mighty fine to me. And Eton respected me enough not to even call me because he was there. And he know these some bitches deserve that this goddamn light, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine on them lying some bitches. And they've not only done this to Kwame. Have y'all ever heard of Maurice Claret? He wanted to be the first NFL football player to come straight out of high school. They had to kick him up the ass. Do you know how many young, great football players they are? Do you know if they have to skip going to college or all that goddamn money they make? Man, please, they had to monkey stump Maurice Claret. I'm sorry to tell you, brother, you got stumped, I think, right after me or before. No, yeah, you're right after me. They were stumping me and you at the same time, I think. But boy, look at here. They can't tell you a real reason why it can't happen. Because adults, you can get hit like this on any level of football and your career could be over. So it ain't about all that. It ain't about the injury. The injury risk level don't change just because you're older. Hell, it might have some studies that can show why you're younger and your bones are a little more flexible. Maybe it's a young man's game. I don't know. But they damn sure can't show you no study that if you go to college and play football, that if you carry your ass to the NFL, that somehow if you get a hit, you could take it better or anything. They can't show you anything. They just make the rules and your motherfucking ass say, okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. They are blocking these young boys' greatness. They've been taking their likeness. This is a pimping game. They gave us 2 avenues to get out of the hood. They gave us basketball. They gave us rapping. And each one of those goddamn divisions that they gave us, those lanes, each one of those lanes, young men, come with you signing away your likeness, come with you not being able to walk up a wreck as a full man, and come with people in your pocket before you even get your money, just like Stephen A. said. I got people talking about, let's make deals with you, Kwame. We can do this for your YouTube. We can stop YouTube from playing with your paid. We can get you more advertising deals. We could do this. And as you read through the contract, oh, well, for the analytics, you got to send me your money, and then we send you a check. I said, well, we done talking. Oh, well, no, let's come back because that's industry standard. I ain't in the industry. If you want me to send you my money and then you going to send me something, that sounds like I got a boss all of a sudden again. No. I ain't with the industry standard. If you can't change it for me, you don't see the value in me, and we can't do no business. If you can't just take a percentage for doing your job, if you can't figure out another way without me sending you, no, I'll send you a cut, but you ain't sending my money no goddamn well. We don't do that. Now, ever again. But what they're doing to these boys, you ladies can close your eyes. Go look at your sons. This don't mean it's just Kwame Brown. Go look at your boy that may potentially get drafted at a sport. Go look at your little boy that may become a rapper, or your little girl that may become a rapper, or your little girl that may become a basketball player. They got to sign their likeness away too. We don't come to the table, no other sport that we have to come to the table begging and groveling like this. If a young man go golfing out of high school, if he's a professional golfer out of high school, he get sponsorships. They do deals with him right away, and they negotiate with him. He don't sign away his likeness. He's already a brand. They bring him all kind of brands to him to promote and put on his golf bag. They give him a hat to wear. They give him a car to drive. He or she is a walking, talking brand. Same thing with baseball. I don't give a damn if you get drafted to the minor leagues. You can go right out of high school, no problem. But somehow we need to protect the predominant black sport. Somehow we care about these black people. We know we got to make sure they're old enough, even though we getting raised up so goddamn mature. We see shit way earlier than we should see it. So most of us are mature way beyond our years. So we the last motherfuckers you got to worry about not being mature, especially when you're raised up around some strong men I was raised up around. I ain't going to get squeamish and bust you across the top of the head. I'm going to look at you like you're stupid. But this ain't just about me. They're controlling the avenues that we spread our mama's cooking. And these are the two biggest avenues through athletics and rapping. The majority of us black men, that's what they're taught to do. They're trained to go to school to hoop. And then most of us are trained to go to school. They got doggone, after the hooping don't work, we become rappers. And then a few go into this and that. And is it all? No. But the majority of our culture want to be hoopers and rappers. And they're controlling the shit out of us. And we need to find out why and start asking these real questions. Why can somebody golf out of high school? Why can somebody play baseball? Why can they swim? Why can they do all these things? And if they're going to go to college, it's time to negotiate these players, just like you do with golf, just like you do with baseball.
Well, he's a grown man. He's not 17, 18-year-old Kwame no more.
Right.
Kwame is a grown man with a family. And he is saying what is on his mind or on his heart. I'm like, what you talk to him on your behalf? You know what I'm saying? I was like, are you serious? But they just worried that he come up for them next. And it's just I like the part where I hope this makes the media think twice about how they talk about people publicly. Mm-hmm. Because they talk about people as if they're not humans. And then they expect you never to critique them. the media gets real sensitive if you critique them.
Right.
You know, but they can say anything about him. Talk about a player like he a dog. Talk about him like he a.
And I want to say this: those of you that think we can't critique y'all, fuck y'all. You in the limelight, ain't y'all celebrities? Y'all on TV every goddamn day. Look at the way y'all talk, like y'all gods. So we gonna critique you, motherfuckers.
The worst human being that ever walked the earth, and that's just allowed. Like, why is that? And then to do that to a 17, 18-year-old kid.
To do that to anybody taking money out there, man.
Right. Boy, that's key. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? They are taking money out of anyone's mouth that they do that and belittle like that. And they make sure they focus on black players. Jamarcus Russell, the things that this man said, how can he walk in anywhere erect and try to get a deal after his career is over? Don't listen to me. Keep letting your black boys and your black men get disrespected on every level.
Say that. So I'm glad you said that way, because a lot of times people are saying, well, why is Kwame still harping on this about the media? You know, he should just get tougher skin. Let me just say real quick, what Stephen A. Smith did them, how that affected him economically. Okay? So they put that narrative out there about Kwame, that he's mentally unstable, that he's, you know, immature, that he doesn't know how to order food, all the stuff that they just made up, right? You remember you heard that, and it was like he didn't know how to order, he didn't know how to go to the dry cleaner, I don't know, all this kind of weird stuff, right? And that narrative is out there. Wow. And then when it comes time for him to be re-signed, you know how it is.
I don't know how to order. I don't know how to go to the dry clean. Motherfucker, DC is a big ass place. I didn't know where the dry clean was. I didn't know where. I just came to a new city as a teenager. The only thing I ever said about a dry cleaner was, where the fuck is it? We didn't have Google like we do now. We didn't have a fucking computer in our hands all the time. So to take that and frame it as if I'm not capable, a guy who was signed, sealed, and delivered, again, full ride scholarship, who passed his ACT, I fucked up on the SAT, but passed his ACT test with flying with nice colors. Good enough for me, motherfucker. But I passed. Who's on honor roll can't go to the dry cleaner. And some white lady who really don't know me, didn't grow up with me, she's not from my hometown, some white woman can write an article about a young black man in which she only knew because of athletics. And that young white lady can write that article so matter-of-factly in America. I wonder how come there ain't so many black women writing about white men. I want to see some articles of them writing disturbing articles like this lady Sally Jenkins did on an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid, of which she don't know shit about. And I didn't even want to do the interview. And Sashia Jones, you know damn well I ain't want to do that fucking interview. It's almost like they had to beg me. They was going to fine me for not wanting to do interviews because I realized the dumb shit they was doing. They'd bring another jackass, Rachel Nicholson. They'd bring her little redhead. Boy, you know what? Anyway. But they bring her there, and I about had it up to there with all these interviews. No, please, she's not like the rest of them. Then her ragged ass wrote a goddamn dumbass article or some shit she don't know nothing about. And they all have done it. I've damn near built all these people's career off writing articles and talking about me. So if all of you are so great, you motherfuckers came through me. Stephen A., bitch, I birthed your career. And that ain't even a lie. You came on literally talking about me, and you've made a career off making jokes about people who were in a better situation and still is than you. You got a white zaddy, boy. Can't nobody call me about nothing. Shit sad. Down is up.
This is when narratives are out there. Look, Carmelo didn't play for 2 years because of a narrative about him, right? And obviously Carmelo can still play. But for 2 years, he wasn't in the league because of a narrative that was out there about him.
Told you.
So that narrative that Stephen A. Smith and all them carried all that time is out there about Kwame. When it comes time for him to resign, the next thing, that's one of the strikes against him. So that brings his market value down.
Hello.
So yes, Kwame should be mad that they took their narrative that they put out there, actually took money out of his pocket.
And they were absolutely wrong.
For no reason. Kwame was doing everything right, but it wasn't even about Kwame, it was about me. When Kwame got, Kwame came on the team, I started hanging out with Kwame. They're like,
You start getting your ass bust on the court, boy. That would happen.
Doug Collins told me at the end of the season, he didn't play me for I was hoping. And next thing you know, he didn't play me for like the last 10 or 12 games straight at all. I was wondering, how does this change, right? And he told me why he didn't play me. He told me he didn't play me for the last couple games because I was hanging out with KwameHBrown.
So damn, I can't even have no friends. Shit. Hey, hold up.
That's crazy. You didn't play me.
Hey, Doug, you pale-faced puppet, you Michael Jordan little bum bitch that can't even make a decision without somebody telling you. You dumb son bitch that always had to have Brian James in the room for you to talk through somebody else because you such a fucking coward. Ask anybody that know your pill popping ass. Everybody know you a punk. Your alleged pill popping, pain pill popping, Percocet, Valium popping alleged ass. Everybody know you a psychotic drug ass coach, allegedly. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows you's a fucking coward. You would have Brian James in the room and say, tell Kwame this. And I would look at you like I'm right here. And you would have another grown man speak. And Brian James, if you still alive, if you're not, I'll take all this back. But if you is, you a bitch ass weasel of a man. You's a short punk and you let Doug kick you in the ass like that and make you talk for him when he in the room with your bitch ass. You's a whole hoe out here. How them boys say you a whole hoe out here. Y'all was looking at me as a punk, but I'm seeing a man have to tell another man to speak for him, and I see the other man doing it. So I'm looking at these two motherfuckers like they two puppets. I'm not gonna let no puppets beat no king. Fuck these bitch ass niggas. And that's how it was easy to stay quiet. Can't let no weakling beat you. Doug Collins couldn't grow up where I grew up at. BJ, he could, boy, look at here. He have a leash on like DJ Envy. But it's sad. I can't have no friends, boy. You want to do what Michael told you to do so bad that you don't even want me to be friends with Nick. You tried to end my career in Philly, and it did you. But the other coach did. That probably was your homeboy. But you tried to end my career, and your ass got fired before I went. Nanny boo boo, bitch. You got fired. Your shit got ended before mine did. You a sorry son bitch, Doug Collins. And I know you still hurt when Christian Laettner cussed your bitch ass out and told you ain't nothing like goddamn Mike Krzyzewski. I know that hurt your feelings. And that's why you stopped playing, Christian, you little punk bitch. You goddamn asked Mike Krzyzewski, can you please hire my son? I love you so much. You used to kiss Mike Krzyzewski ass. And boy, when Christian Laettner laid into you and told you nothing like Mike Krzyzewski, he don't disrespect players and talk like you. He said you too emotional. Christian Laettner told you that. And that shit broke your heart because you love everything Duke because you think you a hell of a nigga, but you not. You a punk ass, coward ass, weasel ass bitch that couldn't even coach a team. The only reason why your little punk ass got jobs is because allegedly you either slept with the owner's daughters or allegedly you either been there so you could do whatever the fuck the players told your bitch ass to do. How the fuck you gonna win a game and lead a team if the player telling your bitch ass what to do? You not a coach, you a puppet. So that's why I ain't argue with your bitch ass. But I still should be able to have friends, you vindictive hoe. You alleged junkie.
Because I was hanging with KwameHBrown. So with y'all knowing, y'all not knowing that Doug Collins, Kwame really didn't get a fair share at all. But I was mad because I don't know how I got in the middle of it. You know, don't hate on me, Doug. You feel me? But they didn't play that man. They didn't play me for like 12, 15 games because I was hanging out with KwameHBrown. I became his friend. That's crazy, right?
So was there any sort of clearing of the air just back in those days?
There was no smog. I don't get into all the nonsense that's written. I really don't. If I did that, I'd be slobbering on myself right now.
You should be slobbering then, bitch. You used to tell the media lie. What the hell you talking about? You don't get into all that. You created this dude right here, a damn lie.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you bitches easy to beat. I told you you're dumb.
Yep.
And shout out for self-talk. Get a little taste of mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie. Boy. Get a little taste of mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie.
I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. I was going to leave KwameHBrown alone. I wasn't going to say a damn word.
Get a little taste of mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie. Boy. Get a little taste of mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Mama's cookie. Get a little taste of mama's cookie.
Rich, why was you at them colleges, boy? Why the hell was you at them high schools, boy? Good question. Self-talk, that was a fucking great video. I'm talking about, man. I see why they after your ass, too. Still think I'm crazy? Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Still think I'm crazy? I know y'all think it's so hard to believe, but it's kind of easy. How old Busted Bus just pop up on the scene and got everybody shook in their boots. Cause boy, when you know you done wrong, when you know you done wrong. See, when people commit crimes and they know they did something wrong, they walk a little different. They see the police, you never know when that day coming, when them chickens coming home to roost. Woo! Y'all have a blessed day. I had a good time with y'all, but I got to get out these doors. I can't spend too much time in the house. Oh, I don't know how that happened. I just right-clicked on something, but Chanel Lewis, well, we're going to highlight you, sweetie. Do your thing. Y'all go check out on YouTube. I don't know how that happened, but she said fire and love and fire. We love and fire you too, girl. Oh, woman, or however you want me to say it. But y'all have a blessed day. I learned something new. I'm going to start highlighting some more of y'all comments. Oh, shucks now. Y'all keep it up. Old Busted Bus. We all gonna rise up together now. Let's do it.